This is an interesting book. It's got exercises and solutions in abstract algebra. It's a brief book, and it's a sort of book that I would not mind, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, using it as a final exam for my self-learning in abstract algebra. Now, I also have Fraley, which I have been thinking of using as my final, but that would be like a very long final. I'm not sure how that's going to go. Anyways, Mohammed Mortad has this book, and the way that I like to use these books is the way that I use the exercise book for Galleon. Okay, so now that the contrast is over, I'll just move these sheets out of the way. And so one thing that I really, really like about this book is it's got true and false. I really enjoyed that from, let's see if I can zoom in because this book is tiny. There we go. So one thing that I really liked about Friedberg and Spence when I was doing linear algebra was the true and false. I really like those. And so every one of these sections in this book has it begins with a true and false section. Now, of course, because I don't want to see the answers, because I do plan to use this book, I think I do, I've kind of like put paper where the answers begin. All right. But I will page through the book without looking at it myself, and it's up to you whether you want to look at the answers part. That's just your call. So let's go to the table of contents. It's just your beginning abstract algebra book. Sets and logic, mappings, binary relations, groups, rings. So it's groups first, rings, polynomials, and that's it. So really, it does have fields, but it doesn't have modules, which is fine. A lot of beginner abstract algebra books do not. And I've shown that in other videos. Yeah. It mentions the references, and yeah, of course, true and false. That's great. I'm going to slow that down here so you can pause it and read it at your leisure. Yeah, it's a recent book, 2021. So I don't really have a great deal to say about this book, except that I think it would make a really nice self-learning final exam for somebody. It could be even me. So he describes what he's talking about, just so that you can get into his terminology. But yeah, it's got true and false. And I'm not looking, but I'm showing it so you can see it yourself. I'm actually focusing on the page number just so I don't see anything really that I need to see. And so this would be, you would read it, then go through all the problems and check your solutions. But because the solution is right next to the exercise, I would use in my case, I would use something like this. I would have to constantly be going down like that. Actually, I already lost the first answer to this true and false because I saw it by mistake. And that's how I do it now with Gaussian abstract algebra. So yeah, I'll show, for example, the groups part. That's why I have that page there. So yeah, the groups part, some definitions, some examples, no proofs. It's just like this is the terminology that we're using, folks, with some examples. Okay. Yeah, definitions, theorems, propositions, remarks, some examples, and then solved problems. True and false, fantastic. And then here is where the answers begin. And I'm not looking. And I had that, well, you can see it, but I'm not looking because I don't want to see the answers. I want to work through the problems at some point. Yeah. So more of me focusing on the page numbers so that I don't look at the answers. So this would be a small final exam, I think. It would work really well once I'm done with Gaussian. Yeah, back here you've got the bibliography. Yeah, you can pause that and look at the bibliography.